I've been doing YouTube for over 5 years now, and one thing that has been happening to me the entire time is that you guys write fanfiction. Now, it definitely happens less these days, but there was a time in my life around the sort of 2020 to 2022 period, sort of overlapping with COVID, Minecraft you might be familiar. And during that time, there was a lot of fanfiction written. In fact, I did a video 1.5 years ago, right when I made this channel, reading some of those awful fanfictions. But it's been long enough, and I forgot how bad it was, so I'm subjecting myself to it again. From what I remember, we spent most of our time on Wattpad last time, which was already bad. But I've been told, if you really want the juicy stuff, you go to AO3. So we have a blend, but mostly AO3 stuff here. And also, quick disclaimer. Obviously, a lot of these things were written a while ago, and some of the people who are in these fanfictions might not be my friends anymore. We're gonna try and avoid them, but I haven't pre-read any of these, so we're gonna see. Anyway, I'm gonna start with Jack Manifold joins gay castle. A chat fic where Jack Manifold joins gay castle. What is gay castle? I sort of hoped that the description would give a description as to what gay cat. That's where I'm lost. I know who Jack Manifold is. Better than anyone, I'd argue. We'll just read. Jack Manifold was bored. He didn't know what to do. It was too late to stream, but he didn't want to just sit there. He decided to look through his Twitter DM requests. One from someone named Meep caught his eye. Meep. Remember that guy, Phineas and Ferb? I swear if it was him, I'd actually be so gassed. I'd answer his DMs. What does Meep want? Hopefully to go on an adventure. It was a Discord invite to something called Gay Castle. I'm not gay, but I sure do love castles, he thought to himself. He clicked join. Welcome Jack Manifold TV. Say hi. Meep. Hello. Jack Pogs IRL. Meep is the coolest person Jack has ever seen. And he's seen a lot of cool people, like jschlatt and the guy from Breaking Bad. You know what? Out of all the people they could have picked in 2021, they've actually picked some solid characters there. I'd say that still appeals. Griffin. New person. I'm going to do voices for them. Jack goes to fill out an intro and hashtag intros. First off, not accurate. I'm never doing that shit. Makes me cringe. Just read my bio. Admittedly, my Discord bio is just Jack Manifold. But I think that tells you all you need to know, you know? Google me. No, that's horrible. That's bad. And plus, you get shit like this when you do. So maybe don't, actually. Oh, I've just deeped it. I've actually just thought about the fact that to find this, someone actually had to look up Jack Manifold fanfics into Google. And their ISP can see they've done that. And now mine can see that I'm reading it, which is weird because they're going to see that the customer... I just hate that people know what I can do online. Oh, wait. I forgot. They can't. Not with today's sponsor, NordVPN. Right now, if you go to nordvpn.com/JackManifold, you will get a huge discount on a 2-year plan plus 4 additional months absolutely free of the service. If you're browsing things like this, then you absolutely need a service like Nord. They use next generation encryption to ensure all of your web traffic is entirely illegible. This is essential if you're using public networks because anybody who's on that network could intercept your data if not for encryption. This is not only important if you're doing stuff like this, it's also important on pretty much any network. If you're logging into a website and that data isn't encrypted, people can lift your details. They can lift your passwords. It is not safe. But when connected to a VPN like Nord, no one can read it. Not even Nord themselves. They have a no logging policy, meaning none of your data is logged by them or anybody else. And with their kill switch feature, the second your connection to the VPN goes even slightly unstable, your entire internet connection is killed. Nothing is sent over the internet unless Nord can protect you. That's not the only benefit though. They have VPN servers all over the world, meaning if you want to access content that isn't available in your region, just hop over to a region that is. Simple as that. Good use case for that right now, if you're from the UK. You probably know that the UK pushed a law meaning that many websites that are 18 plus have to verify your ID to make sure you're of age these days. But say you don't want to ship off your ID to foreign corporations to get content because that's a little weird. You can simply connect to a region where these laws aren't applicable, and as far as the website's concerned, they don't need your ID anymore. Problem solved. You can also ensure that no matter where you connect to watch this content, you are entirely safe. If you enable CyberSec, NordVPN blocks annoying ads, malware hosting sites to make sure that you have a safe and happy internet browsing experience. And if you ever have a problem with your service, they have a 24/7 support team to help you at any time. And if at any point you are not satisfied with your experience, Nord have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there is no risk in at least giving it a try. Even without Googling this weird stuff for the video, I really wouldn't feel safe browsing the internet without a product like Nord. Nord is a lifesaver, and if you want your life saved, then go to nordvpn.com/JackManifold for a 2-year plan with 4 months free at a huge discount. And of course, if you're not satisfied, then you have 30 days to get your money back, so why not try? Anyways, thank you very much to Nord for sponsoring this video, and I guess we'll get back to looking at the stuff. Hi, I'm Jack Manifold. I don't know why I'm doing a voice. It's me. Hi, I'm Jack Manifold. He, him, 19, and I'm Jack Manifold TV on Twitter. Lol, dude. Very funny. Me? Question mark. Meep. Jack Manifold? Real, not fake. Jack. Yeah, I'm real. Chester. Oh, are they running a fanfic about me joining their Discord? Like, they've got like a fan Discord and I join and this is the fanfic. Meep. Meep just goes, Meep. I don't know how to do the voice. Wait, check the Discord tag. It's number 1408. It's actually him. That invite I sent came back and bit me in the butt. Connor, what the fuck is going on? In this scenario, I'm assuming Connor is Connor Eats Pants, but like if he had less like clout. Like he's also in the fan Discord. Like he hasn't joined the Dream SMP at this point. At Ping Jack Manifold is here now, I guess. /serious. Nice use of tone indicators. Making sure everybody knows there's no fucking around. This is the real deal. It is mad, by the way, that when they said the tag is number 1408, before they got rid of Discord tags, that was my actual profile. Like there's lore accuracy. They did their research. They checked. Chester. Oh, Connor. Amogus dance. They're like typing in Twitch emotes I can't see. Dakota, Jack Manifold TV. Are you gay? Meep. Anyways, ignore that. Jack was overwhelmed and frightened by everything going on around it. The Time Dio icon stared at him ominously. Okay, so I'm joining a Time Dio fan Discord and I see one member and think they're the coolest person I've ever met. Okay. I'm just so blown away by this. This is genuinely a story about me joining someone's Discord. It's not like weird or sexual or anything. They just like wanted to like, you know, we've all done it. You've all like thought about someone you think is really cool and famous and you're just like, oh, what if I met them? Like I'd be so cool and nonchalant about it. Like I wouldn't treat them any differently and they think I was cool for that. This is that in fanfic form. Like I join a Discord and they're all chill and cool. Well, they're not even. They actually just asked me if I'm gay. But whatever. Right, moving on. That was tame. Good. This video's not demonetized yet. I'm happy. You know what? Let's try Wattpad. This is Calypso. It's a Jack Manifold X-Reader story. This one might get a little weird. We'll kick it off. Hello! This is my first time. This is like fucking Stampy. Hello! This is my first time publishing a story, so I apologize in advance if it's badly written. I will not be writing smut! Jack is not comfortable with NSFW. That's true. Don't do it. Admittedly, not to encourage anyone, it does make these videos quite funny. But generally, it makes me feel weird and icky, so please don't. Apparently, this is a romance where I fall in love with TommyInnit's best friend, who is the reader, I assume. All right, let's do it. Tommy! You shouted into the mic. Stop killing me! I just spawned! Tommy's obnoxious laugh filled your ears while you try and run away from him. Tommy been your best friend for years, ever since you moved in next door. You're just a year older than him. Always making fun of him for it. You loved him like he was your brother. Lots of people think you're dating, though, which you find disgusting. Never thinking of him like that. Jack Manifold, however, you're fond of, but TommyInnit, you are strictly brotherly friends with. Also, like, not trying to be funny, but Tommy just industry planted every friend he ever had, so I just don't find this realistic at all. What, you're just some hidden friend? That doesn't happen. Tommy always kept you with him. Even in his rise of fame with Twitch, he had all his online friends meet you. Even Dream, who invited you to the SMP. Never mind, he industry planted you too. Maybe it is real. Oh my god. Jack Manifold TV joined the game. Jack, my man! Tommy nearly broke your eardrums. Let me ask if he wants to be added to the call. Who's Jack? You asked, confused. Maybe he's friendly. A few seconds later, you heard Tommy typing on his keyboard. That's true, you could hear that back in the day. He typed loud. Tommy! Jack shouted. You thought by now that your ears were bleeding. We are both loud. Fair enough. Tommy, why are you and your friends so loud? You questioned. Tommy and Jack both started talking back at the same time, trying not to laugh while they defended themselves. You know what? They're nailing the in-character ADHD, me and Tom just speaking over each other. It's just the podcast. Just me and him talking over each other. He's accurately written. Yeah, anyways, you paused. Is this the so-called famous Jack that Tommy wants to butt fuck? I thought you said you didn't write smart. Wait, no. If I'm 19, then Tom's 18, so I suppose it's legal. Not right. I don't want it. All three of you bursted out laughing, leaving Jack in tears. You could hear shuffling from Tommy's mic, making you question if he's okay or not. I am on stream, YN. Sorry. I forgot that in fanfics, they always put YN for your name. I apologize to my viewers who had to hear that. Are you two going to show me around or what? You questioned. Jack responded, saying he was on his way over to you two. After playing for hours with the two boys, you grew fond about Jack. He was really funny. Probably making you laugh harder than you ever have before. Accurate, lore accurate, happens every time to every viewer who watches the channel. You laugh more than you ever laughed in your life. Type, yes, Jack, you are the best in the comments if this is true. And subscribe while you're there. Nearly at 500k. Come on now. YN, come here, Jack said, punching your character once. I have something to show you. Followed Jack's character on the path until he stopped near an open gap on the side. Turn around, he said quickly. You obeyed and waited till he said to look. Before your eyes was a wool-built penis. There was a sign at the bottom that read, Jack Manifold's penis. You laugh loudly. It's wonderful, Jack. You have a beautiful cock. I don't like this. They said it wasn't smart. This is... You know what I love? All these people are so beautifully innocent, the people that read these things. They're like, what? Like, as if this is the dirtiest thing they've ever read. Just call it a dick or a willy or a penis. Cock scares me. These people. I love how sheltered they are, bless them. Once you three calmed down, you went back to your random conversations. Somehow, the time of when you were almost kidnapped was brought up. That's a weird lore dump for the self-insert character, by the way. You got to pretend to have once been kidnapped for this to work. Whatever. All right, sure. We'll allow it. Basically, you and Tommy were at the park near sundown. He said he'd be right back. Forgot about you, and a strange man tried to steal you. Jack thought it was hilarious, which is fair, I do. And Tommy told you to shut up because he still felt guilty about it. It's not his fault. Well, I suppose he did leave them. A little while later, Tommy ended his stream. Oh shit, it's 4:46. So fucking arbitrary. You said surprise at the time. I have dinner plans with my friends at 5:30. I'm sorry that I have to go so urgently. You can tell this was clearly written by an American because no one in the UK makes dinner plans like more than 10 minutes from their house. But Americans are like more than up to drive an hour to go to a restaurant. They're feigning that they live next to Tommy, but I just don't believe it. Thank you for today, YN. He laughed. I hope you have a good time at dinner with your friends. Also, get me a burger, would you? So close. I thought they were going to be like, also, get me a Whopper, don't you? I want to play Dream SMP roleplay. Tommy paused. I want to play as Tubbo. What the fuck? Okay, it just opens like that. That was probably one of the weirdest things you've ever heard Tommy say. He asked you if you want to play Roblox with Jack and his other friend Rambo for a video. You agreed. You're pretty bored today. Oh, no, yeah, cheers. Just come talk to me when you're bored, dick. YN, let's go! Jack cheered. Excited you were joining today. Hello, British Johnny Sins, you wheeze. You wish I was Johnny Sins, Jack joked. He made a horrified face, hearing more laughter. They say it's not smut, but there's like a weird, it's only not smut because like, it's all guys, it's like, it's a joke. Anyway, we're going to play some games. Give me an incorrect sex fact, Tommy argued. I don't know what boobs are, Jack joked back. Tommy telling him that's not a fact. No, it was just a confession. Didn't that happen in a video? I swear we made this video. Hang on.
Today, I took TommyInnit and Rambo into the world of Roblox.
Give me an incorrect sex fact.
I don't know what boobs are!
That wasn't a fact.
Just actually happened. You nicked the joke from me. I wrote this. I don't know if I'm proud of saying that, but still. Look, how does this develop? I just want to see how it develops. Okay, so we all go to Tommy's house to like hang out IRL for the first time. Okay. Before you knew it, Jack had pulled in front of Tommy's house. Tubbo was in the passenger seat, smiling at the two of you. Jack's car was a two-door. That's it. Jack's car was a two-door. This is true. They're talking about my Kia Picanto called Tubbo. He got out so you and Tommy could climb the back. Climb into the back, you sat behind Tubbo. Tommy behind Jack. Hi, guys. Oh my gosh, hi, Tubbo, you giggled, greeting the brown-haired boy. And Jack, of course. Jack laughed. Who is this woman? Fucking Elriz. Nice one, man. Yeah, real sick. Oh my god, they're just doing another video. They just keep self-inserting themselves into my videos. This is the one where I took them all golfing. But, like, they're there. We record the video, blah, 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 blah. This one's a real slow burn. Anyway, car time, as I always say when I'm driving. I'm driving, Tommy said while getting into the driver's side. He pushed the seat forward, allowing you to climb into the back seat. Tubbo taking the passenger seat again. This is my car. Get out! Jack exclaimed, pointing his phone at Tubbo through the window. We'll see you later, you yelled from the back seat. Tommy honked the horn, giving Jack content for his outro. They're just like rewriting history. It's kind of weird. I don't like that it is like somewhat real. Hang on. Anyway, car time. Let's go. You're not driving. What do you mean? Get in the back. Tubbo's getting in. No, it's my car. Get out. I need to get in. Let's go. No, I need to drive.
To do this.
Beat for beat, that was what happened in the video. They just added themselves. It's crazy. Does anything happen? Sick of this fucking build-up. Nothing happens. Basically, this was just a weird way to insert themselves into my videos and go like, nice cock. Nah, man. That's pissed me off. What a slow burn for nothing. Terrible. No payoff. I know they don't write smut, but come on. All right, we're moving on. Back to AO3. This one just says, nah, mate. Immortal Riz. Jack Manifold and jschlatt having gay mind games at TwitchCon? No. The tags are gay partying and questioning sexuality. PDA. Fast burn. All right, at least that's what we were looking for. In the middle of an important event such as TwitchCon, you typically do not want to start asking yourself really big life-defining questions. Not with a mind tired from greeting people, constantly presenting yourself, and crowds all around you. Questions such as, what are we? Or what's my sexuality? That is a hook. That's solid. Good point as well, you don't. Unfortunately for Jack, he was currently on a small break from standing and giving autographs. And right next to him was a handsome man known as jschlatt, who quite embarrassingly put one hand on Jack's thigh while drinking his water from his fancy water bottle he so flexed earlier. This is recent. The water bottle, this is surely written recently. 2023. Mad. Dream SMP was done by this point. jschlatt's hand on Jack's thigh in the middle of TwitchCon. Now, okay, jschlatt and Jack have been quite close, all right? They were really good friends. That's what I've been saying. He always turns it down. He goes, we aren't that close, Jack Manifold. We're just colleagues. I feel we're very close. If he put a hand on my thigh, I wouldn't even think nothing of it. If he squeezed supplely, that would change things for sure. But just a hand, that's fine. I'd do it to him. We've applied lip balm to each other. I don't think we've kissed. They were really good friends, possibly to the point where jschlatt was confident enough in their friendship that he did not think much of this gesture as anything but normal homie behavior. That was actually likely the case, but Jack could argue that would actually make this much worse, because then he would make everything weird if he actually asked the question out loud. jschlatt casually finished his water, sweat glistening off his skin and making Jack red as a lobster in shame of how his mind compared the view to a delicious looking snack. That's not right. That isn't right. There's nothing appealing to me about sweaty jschlatt. I'm sorry. I think jschlatt's great, you know, but I wouldn't go red as a lobster if I saw it. I think he'd go red as a lobster because he's sweating so much. It was a stupid comparison. Hell true though, Jack thinks he really would want to eat the guy in the moment. Relief and grief. Ooh, bars. Relief and grief at once coursed through his body as jschlatt removed his hand from the thigh to screw the cap back on. Okay, Jack, calm down. This is normal friend activity. Who hasn't found their bro stupidly attractive when they're all huffing and sweaty like they just worked out for hours? I don't know if straight dudes would be doing that. It was completely ordinary of Schlatt to lean on him as well. Jack did not get even redder at that. Everything was under control. He's tired. No war behind them. So Jack is the best surface to lean on. That's where my mind goes. I'm like, why has he done that? Why has he done that? Oh, there's nothing else to lean on. He's got to lean on my thigh. He's got to grip my thigh, of course. He has to grips me because there's no wall to lean on. Of course. Oh my God, Hess. Oh, close. Oh my God. Fuck that. They're touching. Schlatt's chops are brushing against his shoulder. He's checking his phone. He's so casual and relaxed. And Jack catches himself staring. So he quickly turns away. What? Schlatt's way taller than me. How is his chops brushing against my shoulder? We're sat. What? He leans his head on me. He wouldn't do that. Fine. This is a situation. Fucking tell me about it. Now, Jack has boasted plenty about his immortal riz to Schlatt. So he really could not fail this. He had to be careful where he to decide to make a move. Or Schlatt would remind him of the cringe moment until the end of days. Not the end of my days. The end of all days. Till the end of the universe, Schlatt's gonna mock me. That was a bigger risk than him getting weirded out, actually. In the end, it would not hurt to try, so to say, chart the territory. Test the waters a bit, so Jack could do some light, flirty actions. He masterfully navigated his hand to Schlatt's hand by his side, looking into a different direction as not to attract any unnecessary attention from passerbys. Schlatt's hands were hairy and sturdy, and Jack was certain they could lift him. Most people could. What is it about calling me skinny and scrawny and shit? I'm not a big guy, but I wouldn't say I'm like, I'm like a 140-pound dude. It's not tiny. It's not big, it's not tiny. This move did not prompt any reaction from Schlatt. He was still busy replying to someone in DMs. Is he texting one-handed? He's texting one-handed, his hand's by his side, and I slip my hand into his and he doesn't react. This was probably closer to success than failure. Yeah, I'd fucking agree, to be honest. Jack was in a real spy movie now, except he was dodging cringe instead of deadly lasers. Careful curling around Schlatt's fingers, and he basically replaced the bench with his own palm in a move Indiana Jones would be jealous of. Okay, so wait, so his hand's on a bench, so it didn't have to be on my thigh, but anyway, we'll look past that. It's on a bench, and I've slipped my hand in it, he hasn't even noticed. In a move Indiana Jones would be jealous of is fire writing, by the way. Can I just say that? That's really sick. Smooth shift of weight to reciprocate the lean. They're in a dance-like balance supporting each other's weight. Jack basically had the cat in the bag. All he needed was a finishing move. And what do you think you're doing, sweetheart? Schlatt purred quietly. Eyes not diverting from the screen he was typing on. This caught Jack so off guard, he nearly jumped. Eyes are watching. You'd be an idiot to try and pick me up here. Let's meet in the hotel in the evening, okay? He turned to Jack and practically whispered into his neck. I really don't like this. This is my mate who, look, I actually really spend time with. The idea of being in this scenario is horrible. Have I gone red? Oh, I have as well. Oh, that's horrible. I actually just don't like it. Jack was left speechless and Schlatt could simply walk away, their shirts sticking to each other for a moment. Outdone in his own game yet again, and yet he still somehow won the jackpot. Jack covered his face and made a high-pitched kettle-like noise. Can't believe this is how his gay lifestyle starts. That's it. That's all they wrote. It was just me and Schlatt hold hands, and then he tells me he's gonna fuck me in a hotel room. Fuck it. It's always me getting fucked. I never fuck anybody. I don't know why I got typecast as the one that gets fucked. Why am I the bottom every time? Like every time in these fucking things. That's always the case. Or at least when it's a gay thing. I don't want Schlatt's video. I'm gonna get like a fucking text. All right, that's the worst one I've maybe ever read to my memory. Let's just pick another. The researcher who did this just labeled this one, "This is tough," but like tough in a cool way. Dream becomes a tyrant. Jack Manifold is having none of it. Okay, so this fic is me versus Dream. Fair play on lore accuracy, man. In the faraway land of Dream SMP. Mad opening. In the faraway land of Dream SMP. Dream the admin. Wait. It rhymes. It's like written in verse. Oh my god. Oh, okay, I'm excited. In the faraway land of Dream SMP, Dream the admin was king of a scree. Is that what? Massive small loose stones. A nice little place. It was clean. It was neat. The water was warm. There was plenty to eat. The humans had everything humans might need. And they were all happy. Quite happy indeed. Fucking why is Dr. Seuss written this one? Why am I reading the Dr. Seuss of AO3? Oh my god. Wait. This is part 3 of Dr. Seuss, but make it Dream SMP. Oh, it's actually intentional. I didn't even realize. It's literally just Dr. Seuss was one of the tags. Yeah, fair enough. They were until Dream, the king of them all. The side of the kingdom he ruled was too small. I'm ruler, said Dream. Of all that I see, but I don't see enough. That's the trouble with me. With this stone for a throne, I look down on my scree, but I can't look down on places far by the sea. This throne that I sit on is too low down. It ought to be higher, he said with a frown. If I could sit high, how much greater I'd be. What a king, I'd be ruler of all that I see. I actually really rate this. This is really fun. So Dream, the SMP king, lifted his hand, and Dream, the SMP king, gave a command. He ordered 9 humans to come to his stone, and using these humans, he built a new throne. He made each human crouch on another one's back, and he piled them all up in a 9-human stack. Then Dream climbed up. He sat down on the pile. What a wonderful view. He could see most a mile. This is really well written. I hate that it's all about Dream. Fuck it. Oh, okay. So he's made us all form him a human throne. Lore accurate, bro. All mine, Dream cried. Oh, the things I now rule. I'm the king of a cow, and I'm the king of a mule. I'm the king of a house, and what's more beyond that? I'm the king of a lemon tree and of a cat. I added of because it didn't quite. It's fine. I'm Dream the admin. Oh, marvelous me! For I am the ruler of all that I see. And all through the morning he sat up there high, saying over and over, a great king am I, till long about noon, and he heard a faint sigh. What's that? Snapped the king. And he looked down the stack, and he saw at the bottom a human named Jack. Just a part of his throne. And this plain little human looked up and he said, beg your pardon, King Dream. I've pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here, your majesty, please? Oh, why am I begging it, man? Why am I licking his fucking feet? I would never do that. I thought I weren't part of the stack, but I bring it down. No. Silence, the king of the S&P barked back. I'm the king, and you're only a subject named Jack. TS is so true, bro. My throne shall be higher, his royal voice thundered. So pile up more humans. I want about 200. Humans, more humans, he bellowed and brayed. All the humans weighed down by the scree were afraid. They trembled, they shook, but they came. Pause! They obeyed. Pause! From all over the land, they were walking by dozens, whole families of humans with uncles and cousins, and all of them stepped on the head of poor Jack. One after another, they climbed up the stack. Why am I the fucking footstool? Why is everything making me out to be this fucking beta male cuck, bro? I hate that I sound like a 4chaner saying that, but it's true. I don't like it. Your majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below, we are feeling great pain. I know, up on top, you're seeing great sights, but down here at the bottom, we too should have rights. I don't like that they're like making me out to be like the Dream SMPs like Martin Luther King. I don't think that's good. Am I wrong for making that comparison? It feels like that's what they're going for here, and I'm just not sure about it. You hush up your mouth, oh the mighty King Dream. You've got no right to talk to the world's highest admin. Admin? I think it'd be better if it said, you hush up your mouth, how the mighty King Dream. You've got no right to talk to the world's highest cheat. You know? Little reference, and it rhymes better than admin. I think, personally. What do you guys think? Maybe I'm projecting. We've both accused each other at this point. I mean, in different ways, obviously. You know, video games and... But, you know... It's mutual. But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise. Up over his head in the darkening skies. What's that? Snarled Dream. Say, what is that thing that dares to be higher than Dream the King? I shall not allow it. I'll go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can and I will. I'll call some more humans. I'll stack them to heaven. I need about 500, 600, and 7. 6-7. We got a 6-7 in a 2021 fanfic. Mad. But as Dream, the S&P king lifted his hand and started to order and give the command. That plain little human down low in the stack. That plain little human whose name was just Jack. Well, it's actually Jack Manifold, so it's not just Jack. Anyway. Decided he'd taken enough. And he had. And that plain little lad got a bit mad. And that plain little Jack did a plain little thing. He sneezed. And his sneeze shook the throne of the king. And Dream the admin, the king of the trees, the king of the air and the birds and the bees, the king of a house and a cow and a mule. Well, that was the end of the admin king's rule. For Dream, the king of the Dream S&P, fell off his high throne and fell smack to the scree. And today that great Dream, that marvelous he, is king of the mud. That is all he can see. And the humans, of course, all the humans were free. As humans, and maybe all creatures should be. That's actually sick. And I like that I win over Dream in the end, you know? Manifesting. I rate it. I do. This is solid. I did say to the researcher, maybe don't focus on the Dream beef too much, but this was very well written, so we're going to let it slide. All right, what's this then? Oh, God. This sounds terrible. Tommy finds out that Jack regresses, and coincidentally, Jack gets a caregiver. Is this about me age regressing? Oh, this was written in 2023. This has got to be ironic. This has got to be ironic, surely. When Jack wakes up, the first thing he notices is that he's cut up against Tommy. Second is that there's a pacifier on the bed next to him. Oh my God. I hate this. This is wrong. Like, everything so far, I've been like, oh, whatever. Like, this hasn't upset me too. This is upsetting me a lot. Tommy is still fast asleep, unaware of Jack's mortification. What happened the night before? Why is there a pacifier? Or a passy, as they used to say in the community. And why does Tommy even have that? Another question is, why is Tommy cuddling Jack? Jack tried to carefully extricate himself from Tommy's arms. The teenager pulls him back in. Go back to sleep, Tommy mumbles tiredly, pulling around on the bed for the pacifier. It's early. Here. Tommy violently holds the newly found pacifier out to Jack, who is completely and utterly embarrassed. After a few seconds, and Jack hasn't taken the pacifier yet, Tommy opens his eyes. I am really not liking this. This one is horrible. I've never read one that makes me like this uncomfortable. Oh, because now I'm like, if I think about it, I picture it. And like, what? He asked, leaning in and kissing Jack on the forehead. To Jack's confusion and disgust. Still half asleep, Jack shakes his head, forcing out. What? Tommy blinks. Oh, are you... All right, sorry. Puts the pacifier back down on the bed, propping himself up on one elbow, allowing Jack to scramble backwards. Didn't realize you were back to normal. What? Now that he's a bit more awake, Jack is kind of starting to remember the night before. It's half asleep phase. He'd assumed that something adult had happened. Now, though, he can very clearly see that both of them are fully clothed, though Jack is wearing a baby-style onesie. Huh? There's definitely something else. This is terrible. I think Jack knows what happened last night. What happened? He manages, just in case. You regressed, Tommy says simply. As if this isn't something Jack has been trying to keep from Tommy since he moved in with the other 6 months before. While we're playing Wii Bowling, remember? The controller was freaking out, and I remember, Jack interrupts, because he does now. His controller was messed up to the point where every ball was a gutter ball, no matter what he did. He ended up so frustrated, he spiked the controller, breaking it completely. And apparently regressed. You're telling me I got rage baited so hard by Wii Bowling, I age regressed to the point where I cuddle with TommyInnit and have a pacifier. Fuck off. Oh, okay, I'm going to keep going, but I actually hate it. Do you remember what happened past the remote breaking? A normal amount of it, yeah. After the remote cracking and Jack regressed to much younger than normal, Tommy instantly slipped into the role of being a caregiver. So well, in fact, that Jack's wondering whether Tommy's ever been a caregiver before. He had to have been, because of the little gear. That's phrases! Little gear! This baby stuff. Don't rename baby stuff to little gear. That's fucking weird. Don't call it gear, bro. It's like loot. Little loot. They should call it little loot, actually. Sorry to any age regressors in the comments for being harsh about this. I can't help but find it a bit uncomfortable. If you're not hurting anyone, then fair play to you, but I just don't like imagining me doing it. There's an awkward silence, which Jack breaks after a couple of seconds. Could you maybe not bring this up? Ever? Very reasonable. Tommy blinks. Yeah, of course. I won't share that with anyone. It's personal and... No, I mean, don't bring it up. Jack interrupts. Not to me, either. This is something I really just wanted to keep to myself, if that makes sense. I'm not happy that you know about it, so I'd appreciate it if you just, like, pretend it didn't happen, please. I don't think that's a good idea, Jack. You were super small last night. Like, couldn't hold your head up on your own small. Or if you go that small again, and you don't have anyone to help you. That can't be real. Like, that you can't hold your own head up, like babies, like newborns. Surely not. Also, the fact that it's described as super small, like I shrunk down like Ant-Man. I wasn't even a baby. I was just like a little guy. Oh my God, no, I can't read this. Sorry, I've just scrolled a little bit and there's like dialogue. Lily, just show it on screen. I can't read that. I can't read. I cannot, in good conscience, give voice to this. But then it's almost real, right? Like someone's written this. It's fake for now. But if I do the real baby voice, it's real and it's happening, and that's I can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm done with it. That is the most uncomfortable I think I've genuinely ever been in my life. Actually. So it's safe to say in honor of you particularly great writers, apart from the person that did a whole rip-off of Dr. Seuss for the Dream SMP. This has been hell. Thank you to NordVPN for making sure that my ISP has not seen any of this, and hopefully they can help you out as well. Link down in the description. See you next week.